Back cutting fence rows today. Supposed to not be too bad of a day. It's going to be fairly warm out. Well, fairly warm out for the time of year. It's supposed to be 34, I think. But we got a 20% chance of rain. So hopefully I don't get wet. So that'd be a cold ride home. This field shouldn't be too bad. This is actually one of my grandparents' fields. All I got, because Dad and I did that section right there probably, what was it? Had to have been 3 years ago now, I think, because it was the year we bought this, and that was how we broke the motor in, was we brought this over and ran the chipper with it. But so all I got to do is this short section here, and then go up and trim them pine trees, and I'm probably going to attempt to whack a couple branches off of that mesh right there, because that thing's annoying. But yeah, I'm taking that tree down anyway, so ow. Let go, that hurt. Come on, fall, damn it. I honestly can't even tell what the heck it took down anymore. There it went. I'm hoping getting these branches back off of here will discourage the deer from being so brave, because that's from that waterway right there back to here. The deer always munch it off. Corn and beans both. And technically this isn't even my grandparents' property. It belongs to the guy that owns that gravel pit. But I told him because it was always part of the field. And we're friends with him. He gets hydraulic hoses and stuff from Dad. And I told him about it. He doesn't even want any money for it. He just said keep the weeds knocked down. So. And I mean, really, it's, you can see there's a railroad tie stuck in the ground right there. That's the property line, and then that fence line's the property line off of that farm. I wish I could farm that, but that farm right there isn't enrolled in the damn CRP program, which is stupid because that is a perfect flat square 40. And that's the original farmhouse and barn for it right there. But 40 acres, some of the nicest farm ground. The only thing is, where this waterway comes through is because it's draining off of that field, and it actually continues on up, and there's kind of a swale that goes through. You can, might be a little hard to make out in a video, but yeah, you can kind of see it. There's a swale that goes up through over into that piece, or over into that farm. Actually, that's part of that gravel pit back on that other side of that fence row, but it hooks over there and then it kind of goes up that way. But I mean, you put in a 20-foot waterway and there's still 39 acres you could farm there. But a guy out of Chicago bought the farm and not enrolled it in the damn CRP program, which shouldn't even be legal, because all the CRP program or CRP documents I've ever read, it's for marginal and unproductive farmland, meaning like wetlands or sand ground, or basically anything that you have to put in a whole bunch of inputs to not get a whole lot off of. And basically what it was designed for was to take marginal and unproductive farmland, which would also be highly erodible or have a high water table and have a chance of contaminating the water table or anything like that, and it was designed to pay farmers to take that out of production and give an incentive to not farm that ground. Okay, I don't have a problem with that, but when you got a field that looks like that would be perfect to farm, it shouldn't be legal to put that into the CRP program, and it's stupid and I hate it, and city people need to butt out of farming. But that's just one man's opinion, and what the hell do I know? I'm just a small-time farmer. That was my rant for the day. I'm going to cut them out. That brick's got to go. But in order to get that out, that tree needs to be dropped to get the pressure off of it. Get this one out of the way. If I can reach it. Feels like it's about time to be sharper than its paint at some point, too. You know, in reality, that tree just needs to go away. It's leaning out way over the field. But since this technically isn't our property, I'll just leave it. Well, I got that back corner done, just barely. For some reason, that little saw is running like shit again. It cut fine for about 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden it lost all its horsepower again. And this is on a different batch of fuel, so I think I ruled the fuel out as a culprit, which makes no sense because the other day when I brought it up in the shop the first time around to see what the problem was, I dumped new fuel in it, and that took care of the problem. And this thing's running fine, and it's running on that fuel, so who knows, but Dad's running my big saw over to me so I can keep working. Guess I should have just brought it anyway, but that's a big branch, and I don't know if this thing will get all the way through it. But we're gonna try. Come on, you cold-blooded thing. Right. Now I gotta try to hit the same friggin' mark from the other side. Alright, now I think I'll wait till I get my big saw over here, get some of the branches down so I can get that thing leaned right up against the tree. It'll be safer that way. And I figured while I'm waiting for Dad to get here with my big saw, I'd stop and show you guys this. It's an old New Idea. Whoa, piece of plastic in here. Old New Idea hay loader. It used to be sitting in a barn out on the highway at one of the guy my granddad was friends with, but the two old guys that lived there passed away last spring, I think, if I remember correctly, and they cleaned the barn out, so I had to get it out of there. But here's the tag, New Idea Inc., lot number L68, Coldwater, Ohio. It's actually in really good shape. Being made out of galvanized, that saved most of the tin. It's got a little bit of rust right there, but I think originally somewhere around here it had the big old New Idea block letter stenciling or silk screening on it somewhere. It's kind of cool. You can move this and it pitches this piece back and forth so you can adjust where it's dumping it on your stack, and then yep, that's stuck to the ground. There's the wagon, or where you hook the wagon to. I wonder what that was. I really need to buy this thing off first so we can get it back inside, but the problem is, because my My granddad actually passed away, but this actually came off of my grandmother's farm, and so it's technically hers. And I really need to buy it so we can get it inside so it won't deteriorate any more than it already has. Oh, I was wrong. That's not the wagon hitch. This one's old enough, it never had a tractor tongue on it. This one, I'll be damned. This one is old. On this one, you actually hook it to the back of the wagon and you pull it backwards. Never paid any attention to that part. It'd be a real easy restoration, that's for sure. But I just figure I'd stop and take a look at that real quick. Well, rack another one up. After this leaves one field I really want to get done yet this winter. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to happen at all this week. We're supposed to start getting rain tomorrow, and I'm going to head back down to school Saturday, so but the weather's supposed to be getting nice and cold this week after this rain comes through. So I'm hoping that freezes the ground up, because this last field, the ground's going to have to be froze for me to get across it. There just ain't going to happen any other way. But it's not bad. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be 5 fields ready to go. Granted, one of them doesn't really count, it was just that one tree, but I'm going to go ahead and count it anyway. Hiccup was that little saw. I got no clue what the heck its problem is. Dad's got a sneaking suspicion, since it only does it after it warms up, that the spark plug might be going bad. I just don't know what the heck else to check, because it was running fine one day, it sat for 2 days. The only thing I did to it was bring it up to the shop to put a new chain on it. But now when it gets warmed up, it runs like shit, and then the longer you run it, the worse it gets. So I don't know. Go home and get some food, since I didn't eat any lunch today, and then go out in the shop and screw with that thing, I guess. So that does it for this one. We will catch y'all on the next one.